Hello everyone, welcome back to the TJOmega channel for day 1731 of our daily content grind. It is a huge lineup of stuff to talk on for this news roundup, so we are not going to waste any time. We're going to get straight into the new rumor that's going on. So we have two new collaboratives that apparently are in the works. One is Fast and the Furious, the other is Scooby-Doo. So Fast and Furious 2-pack, formerly known as Project Rave, should be the Skyline GTR and another car, pre-order going online during San Diego Comic-Con, which seems like a lot of these are. And then we have the Mystery Machine, formerly known as Caper, should come with a Scooby cassette. So given the fact that it is a van, it's the Mystery Machine, it's a van, and it has some kind of like cassette gimmick, I'm assuming maybe a retool of the brand new frequency figure. We will see. I cannot confirm that for sure. We also know that there's a Monster Jam Grave Digger coming up. We know from the previous video a few days ago about all the new stuff that dropped all at once, that the Monster Jam stuff is pretty simplistic. I would love to think that Grave Digger, the most popular monster truck, would have something a little bit more special. No idea right now. We also know a few other things from these listings. Number one, there is a Seeker multi-pack that's going to go up on pre-order. It's at SDCC. I have to presume that I seriously doubt that's going to be the Coneheads. More likely, it's going to be some of the more generic Seekers, like your Ion Storms, etc., like that. But the big one here for me is Studio Series Dreamwave Sunstorm. This is the Sunstorm that I've been wanting for a long time. This is the one that we never got out of the Earthrise mold, and it shocked me that of all things to not get, it was a proper Sunstorm. I know there's an orange one. It doesn't count. It's not the correct coloring. I want the correct Dreamwave coloring. I'm excited for it. I am excited for it. It feels like they're going to get like a proper Sunstorm out for once. But yeah, like a lot of new rumor stuff. And it's just been like leak after leak after leak lately. And we're not even done. There's another one we're going to talk about later. But for now, let's take a look at some of the new toy product that we got to see. So someone out of nowhere got photos of in-package Energon Cybertread and Dark Energon Cybertronic. This was fascinating because I thought those were placeholder names when they came up in leak listings. But no, for Age of the Primes Deluxes, we have what seemed to be like coming from a studio, a shop in Singapore, as just a big pile of, hey, look at all the new stuff that just came out, which is wild to me. So we've got 6 Gun that has been redone from like the Siege figure, 6 Gun, redone into translucent purple with these really cool like white highlights along the detail edges, and then Slammer has been redone in translucent blue with the same kind of Tron look and aesthetic to it. Now, obviously, this much translucent plastic terrifies me. I'm not going to lie. It looks really freaking cool. I might make exceptions on these to my clear plastic rules just because they look really, really unique. So yeah, I guess that's the idea, is that they are weaponizers who look like they are made out of pure Energon. And, it ain't a bad look. They do look neat. Now, the cross-sell on the back not only gives us better looks at the two toys, but it also gives us a little bit of a preview of things to come. So here's a close-up for Cybertread. And again, like, it's a cool aesthetic. He looks like he came right out of Tron. But look on the back. We have an Energon Optimus Prime, and I'm sure that if anyone saw a leak listing with that name on it, you got super excited. Well, I'm sorry, this is what it is. It's the Earthrise Optimus Prime mold. Again. And it's done up in translucent blue with the same kind of white detailing to it. This is, again, pushing my comfort level on translucent plastic. And then there's this one. Then there's this one. Again, it looks cool. Dark Energon Megatron, translucent purple, the white accents. That looks really, really cool and unique. It's the Siege Megatron mold again, or probably more correct, the Earthrise version of it. Actually, I'm not even sure now that I look at these two. I'm not even sure now that I look at these two. This might be the Siege, and I'm just losing my mind. Either way, they're both technically the Siege figure. They're retools. This mold has been done so many times. Please, Hasbro, let it die. I can't believe the mold is still intact at this point. I don't know. Like I'm just so tired of this mold. Even if I like the aesthetic, even if I think this is a really cool looking figure, I don't know if I can bring myself to buy this thing again. Ugh, okay, oh well, I'll wait for in-hand stuff. Again, it's clear plastic, so it might just terrify me too much to toy with, literally. Let's go over to Japan, go to their collector end of stuff, because they have shown off quite a bit. We have good stock photos of the Overgear Optimus Prime. Still looking really, really solid. Still really like the overall aesthetic to this. We've seen photos of it before, so we don't have to linger on this too long. I will say I do like how the feet actually transform instead of just sticking off the back of the bumper. That was nice of them for once. Yeah, heavily, heavily armed Optimus Prime. Still like the overall look of this. Some of the colors are a little bit, I'm still getting used to the coloring on it. But like the overall vibe and the overall style of it, I'm still for. I still like the overall look. We also got a little bit more from this particular version of the toy. So there are promo videos out right now. They did an animation just like they did for the previous Overgear toys that were announced. So you get to see like 3D rendering of how this toy transforms. It's actually kind of a wild transformation. It does actually look like a lot of fun. So yeah, Takara Tomy posted a video just showing off all the little details across the entire toy, the articulation level. So yeah, cool little cool little like designer stuff. That you get like really deep looks at everything going on without having to wait for a leaker to do it in hand. Believe they didn't show off the transformation. They were mostly just showing off the robot mode. You need to go to like these promo videos that they posted on the T-Spark YouTube page. This will show you how the toy transforms. And it is a cool transformation. They also shared this little tidbit. Optimus Prime comes in just slightly taller than Blackout. Basically the same size. So that gives you your scale. These are mostly in the same scale, which is nice to see. We also got good stock photos of the upcoming Missing Link Ratchet, including the weird, like, pseudo G1 toy mode, which is a funny inclusion to have. I do think that's a neat little thing to throw in. But yeah, like, it technically makes this a triple changer, which is weird to think of. So it's got an ambulance mode, robot mode, and like a mech walker mode. Weird ideas. Oh, I do like showing it compared to the original G1 figures so you can see the details that actually match up and how like the old toy inspired the new one. That's pretty cool. I'm still of the mindset that this mold really does not look like a 1984 figure. It looks like a modern toy pretending to be a 1984 figure. So in a way, it doesn't quite match the spirit of the toy line, but I still like the overall look. Like, I mean, it still has this like personality to it that I really like. Don't know if I'm going to grab it or not. I've actually been very like a little bit careful with my Missing Link spending. I only just now got around to getting the RC, but I'm cautiously optimistic for it. I would probably get the Ironhide over the Ratchet, honestly, but still, like I do think I think it's a cool looking toy. I just think it misses the mark for the intention behind the toy line. But that said, they have another teaser that is very exciting. They are finally doing an original Decepticon. Apparently, not a repaint of any of the previous molds. We're not getting like a Nemesis or a Shattered Glass or anything. No, we are getting a brand new toy that is a Decepticon in Missing Link. Finally. The bet right now is on Soundwave. It would be the easiest one to do considering the original toy already had good articulation for a G1 figure. And of course, it's a guaranteed sell. Any Soundwave is a guaranteed sell. More curious if they could get articulation out of the cassettes without compromising their original look. But we're excited to see what the next one is going to be, because this is overdue. What should be a curveball and they figured out Starscream or something. Let's see. More stock photos from Takara. This one being for Gigastorm. We mostly saw as much as we could of this guy, but now we have the stock photos of the small figure. So rather than the original full tilt, now we are talking about what is left of Megastorm. So I'm going to assume that the purples on this figure are gang molded to the purple on this figure, which would make sense because purple is a required color, but it's not a whole lot on the figure overall. It would make sense to gang mold it together. You're near, because this is not a figure they'd ever release separately. It just isn't. But no, so what they could paint and color to look like Megastorm, they have done, which I think is hysterical. And they gave it the headmaster to look like Megastorm, complete with the unique face pattern. It is funny. And then, yeah, he still has the eating gimmick. I do like how the stock photo here of the little headmaster Megastorm looks like he's just base jumping off of Gigastorm's chest. It's a funny take. But no, I guess it's working with what they could, because there's no way you're going to paint over that much purple plastic. But no, I mean, if you missed out on the Triptychon, it's a cool set. I mean, it's not really all that changed, but it is cool. It's cool that they actually had the guts to do it. Meanwhile, we have more photos of this thing. So we found out that Unicron Soldier was actually the Herald of Unicron. It's a retool of Megatronus, and it's taking vibes from the Cybertron figure, and I don't like it all that much. There's something about the shade of orange here that makes it look like 3D printed. Like, it doesn't look production quality. It looks kind of cheap and kind of weirdly flat. It's just the right shade of yellow to kind of muddle the details. And yeah, I'm not big on this. I'm really not. I felt like that mold was just lined up to be Autobot Megatron someday, and maybe it still is for all I know. But this is a weird pit stop along the way. This feels like we haven't done anything Unicron on the toy shelves in a long time, and we just need something Unicron on the toy shelves so we can justify, so we can keep a trademark alive or something. Yeah, I mean, it's extensively retooled. You got new shoulders, you got new chest, new head, new accessory parts, new backpack section of treads. I mean, and it's still a good mold. I just don't think it looks as good. This really should have been, I really think it should have been you, Liege. I really think it should have been you, Liege. All right, can I get a vehicle mode shot, please? Because the thing with this is the vehicle mode is stupid. And what's ridiculous about the vehicle mode is the cannon turret just basically doesn't exist. It's this weird, they got the horns up the middle. It's this weird throne kind of looking thing. I don't like what they've done. They basically gave up on the turret being anything. You can mount a gun in there, but it looks super tiny. It looks like a really pathetic tank. I don't know. This misses the mark. I feel like this misses the mark in a lot of ways that I'm not happy about. I will be honest. I'm being unfair. I think I'm being harsh on this because I see how many other things they could have done with the mold that would have been way more satisfying. And this, I don't think is the right direction. So I'm basically upset because it isn't what I want or what I would do. So I'm not being objective about it. I don't care. This is dumb. I don't like this. I could have thought of so many better ideas. But that's what that is. We can move on. We have in-hand shots of the upcoming More Than Meets the Eye collection Voyager Starscream, and it's pretty much what you would expect. It's the Thundercracker mold, but in off-white, red, and blue. No real surprise here. We don't need to stay on this. Suffice to say, he really does look like a mini masterpiece. He really does look like a tiny version like of like the Starscream 2.0 masterpiece figure. Or actually like the 3.0. Yeah, it's actually really, really impressive. So I am looking forward to it. Um, Out of nowhere, this got cited. So here's the weird thing about the red twin mill from the Hot Wheels collabs. We never really got any like official reveal for the red version. We never got like a Hasbro Pulse stream saying, oh, hey, by the way, this is releasing in red. We had like a few appearances at toy shows and conventions, but none that really had any like major focus. You didn't get much chance to even get a glimpse of this thing. So really, this has been kind of in the dark, and it just suddenly appeared at retail. Um, I'm not thrilled with Twin Mill as a figure personally. I think it's a little cheap for what it is, especially for the asking price. But if you like the novelty of your Hot Wheels being Transformer toys as well, yeah, this is still going to be a cool pickup for you. I will say I think I like the red better than the blue on the figure. Someone has in-hand shots of the leader class Mega Zarak, and this is again weird. I love that we are in this timeline where it's completely okay to make updated versions of OTFCC and BotCon figures. And screw the super expensive ones on eBay. If you just like the character and the look, you can just buy a fresh one with modern articulation. Yeah, it's a weird look, like the red and the light blue. Like it's a weird oddball figure, right? Like the color scheme's always been a little bit odd, especially calling it Mega Zarak. Like there's nothing about him that rings Mega Zarak. But it is a interesting history piece. Like, yeah, we're modernizing a toy that we once said would be exclusive to this convention. I guess the original still is. Never did do that one at retail, so I guess this is fair game now. I will say, I have yet to see anyone like this. There's been a few times now where BotCon has done modern versions of BotCon toys. I have yet to see anyone like raising pitchforks over it, so I think we're good here. I think we're good here. So cool figure, cool figure. Don't know if I'm gonna grab it, but I do think it's really cool of them to do. Now, more than meets the eye collection again, here is the upcoming Prowl with all solid colors. We love a toy with no translucent plastic in this house. These guys always end up having translucent plastic knees, and that scares me so badly. I'm happy to see him in the animation accurate colors with the animation accurate light blue with no translucence. Makes me happy. Hope they keep doing these. I really want to replace all of my Earthspark figures with the Earthrise figures rather. I will always make that mistake. I really want to replace all my Earthrise figures with these opaque versions, and I've done a pretty good job of it so far. We need to keep it going. We need to keep it going. I need all this clear plastic out of my life. But figure-wise, we know it's the Dotson mold. We know it. It's a decent mold. Here's something interesting. So we have some in-hand shots of brand new Cyberworld toys, which, as per usual with Hasbro, they made absolutely no announcement that these things were in existence or about to be released. Obviously, we had never had any release date on them because they don't end up in stores like Big Bad or the places we normally check for such things. These just kind of showed up. People just find them now. So here's our take on Scourge, and Scourge is a pirate ship with a super creepy opening chest gimmick. Okay, so there's been a couple of companies that have done pirate ship transformers in the past. Webdiver has done one. It was the first one that we ever got. Cardbot did one. You can get it right now as part of the first wave of Cardbot that came out in the US. But then you got this one, the first one that is officially a Transformer pirate ship, and it went for a ghost pirate ship at that. I mean, it's a neat idea. I do like it in principle. And like, yeah, that big skull with the like purple flames coming out of it, that's like stretchy material, whatever's going on there. Super creepy. Super creepy. But this is like a It's like a bigger Cyberworld toy. Not like the biggest scale they do, but just like one step up, kind of. And in that, it looks decent. Obviously, it's going to be very simplified. It's going to be a very basic figure as far as engineering goes. You see, there's just his arms. This is not going to transform much, but I like the novelty of it. I love the novelty of it. It has personality, which is something Transformers is desperately needing. Speaking of, here's Shockwave. For everyone who saw fan art of this guy as a Spinosaurus, you got your wish. There you go. He's a Spino. It is neat. I do like that they actually did the belly crawler Spinosaurus. It low-key feels like they might be gearing him up to be like a retool into like Skull Cruncher or something. But for now, I am happy that they did like something of a more modern take on a Spinosaurus rather than, what they did in Age of Extinction. It's a neat little figure. Again, it's like the slightly larger. It's an Energon Surge. Ultimate Cyber Changer. That's where we're going. So yeah, I mean, it's nothing huge. Again, it's in the more simplified category, but I do, again, love the novelty. I love the personality to it. And we continue that with the Cyberworld version of Hound, who is this big half-track truck. There you see him with his big opening chest gimmick. Oh, not even a half-track. Okay, so you're just like some kind of tread truck. Some kind of exploration vehicle. I get it. I get it. I don't think this one carries the personality of the other two. Yeah, it's a unique vehicle mode, but also it just kind of feels like some weird blend between G1 Hound and Movie Hound. I don't know. Like this one just kind of feels like, oh, and also there's an Autobot. Like it doesn't come across, I think, as special as the other ones. Though the fact that you have fur in robot mode, that is more interesting. That's more interesting. So, okay. The other two are more interesting, but you know what? That's fine. That's fine. Not all of them can be like, oh my god, that's so weird. All right. Here's the other rumor I was talking about. I decided to put it somewhere here toward the end because, frankly, we didn't have any dud news stories this week. All of it was kind of major. But JT Prime 17, who's like the foremost leaker over on TFW 2005, has also informed us that there is a PowerLink Armada Red Alert repaint on the way as a Pulse exclusive and is packed in with, count them, 8 Minicons. So I'm presuming all of the Armada releases, the modern ones that have not had their Minicon partners, so your Megatron, your Hotshot, your Starscream, your Optimus, your Red Alert, yeah, I'm sure there's a few others I could rattle off if my brain worked. The upcoming Jetfire, Tidal Wave. I'm presuming everyone who's out right now or about to come out are getting their Minicons in this pack, which would be nice. Like, they know we want Minicons. They know we want the companions for those modern Armada toys. I don't like the $80 price point, but if you're looking at like around like $4 a Minicon, that's getting, roughly close, especially with like modern Voyager price. We'll have to see. It's on the way. We don't have any photos or anything yet. But the PowerLink repaint, we kind of knew would happen eventually. The Minicon thing, I think that could have just been a pack of its own. I don't think you needed to trick people into buying a Red Alert along with the Minicons, but that's just me. Still, we're getting them. That's the important thing. Also, we're getting a reissue of Greenlight from Siege of all things. So this ended up being one of the rarest figures in Siege because not only was it kind of cut off as like a weird exclusive bundle, but it's necessary for the all-female combiner that came out. So yeah, this one got astronomically high in the aftermarket because of its scarcity and because it was necessary for a combiner. So I am really happy to see that it is coming out again. It's a reissue that makes all the sense of the world. Screw the scalpers who want like $300 for one of these things. Makes me happy. Makes me happy. Now they get Lancer out and do the same thing to that one. Then we're talking. Then we're talking. This one's technically cheating. So this is not technically a Transformer. Technically, this is a Brave series figure. So what you're looking at here is Red Geist from Good Smile's Motoroid line. And it is fully transforming. Like, it has the dragon mode that it's supposed to have. The chest comes off into the jet, just like it's supposed to do. What is making this a Transformer news story is the fact that obviously Red Geist is Deathsaurus. The original toy was Deathsaurus repainted and retooled. This is a sneaky way of another company getting to do a Transformer toy, which is kind of hysterical to me. So if you like your Deathsauruses, here's this really weird piece that's going to be coming out that is, kind of related. And yes, as is pointed out here in TFW 2005, these are also the Shatterglass colors for Deathsaurus, so, there is reference there. Now, on the 9th, which as of this video is tomorrow, there's going to be a brand new Pulse fan stream. We already talked about a lot of these press photos that just came out, revealing a lot of new toys. I'm pretty much expecting the exact same lineup, but we will be watching, we'll be listening to the team explain the new toys. Potentially we'll be getting some kind of look, maybe some Space Bridge reveals. Who knows? Who knows? But we'll be checking it out tomorrow. If there's enough to talk about, we'll do a whole news thing for that. Because there's usually something that isn't covered by the stuff that leaks ahead of it. And we wrap it up today with a look at Symbiote Studios Comic-Con lineup of merchandise for this year. We've got this cute little G2 Grimlock plushie in the proper blue color. We have a shoulder sitter for Ravage. So you recall, I had the one they did for Laserbeak. It is very, very nice. And then we have a Soundwave t-shirt, which seems to feature some of their own little mascot characters. So, fun little stuff. Oh, there's pins for the Dinobots too, because of course, I know people who would want those immediately. But there you go. Those are the Symbiote Studio exclusives, and that is the last of the news roundup for this week. Like I said, it's a lot, so thank you for sticking around for a long one this time. But you are now officially caught up on everything Transformer that you might have missed throughout the week. Stay tuned for tomorrow, where we'll probably get a little bit more news. And if you're wondering where all those big leaks came from and why I didn't cover them, I did a whole video a few days for it. Go look for it. So thank you all for watching. I will see you next time.
Hello everyone, I am Astral Agent Magnetar, a Tokusatsu VTuber, and I am streaming 4 times a week over on Twitch, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday afternoons, and a special late night one on late Friday/early Saturday. So come watch, come hang out, and let's make an impact together.